We're here at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices PenFed Realty in Roland Park with Michael Frank, the team lead of the Frank Oliver team, and myself, Debbie Dwyer, who is the branch manager for this office and also the associate broker for the office. We're going to start talking about financing.
So in the financing section, we're going to be talking about the different types of financing, the different types of loan, and what financing commitment means, as well as alternate financing, which is a weird thing, but it's an important key in the contract, and I think one of the misunderstood pieces of the real estate contract.
You've set up the financing or have an idea with your client right now what they want to pay.
Well, that's on the buy
for
side.
a house on the buy side.
But on the sell side, you might have 7 offers.
Correct.
And you have to identify the difference between a conventional loan
Correct.
and USDA loan, and how does a seller understand that? Well, you really need to take some time to take a step back and understand all the pieces of the contract.
Correct.
It's just another facet. Different types of financing. I mentioned conventional, FHA, VA, USDA. The seller can offer their own financing types. There's hard money loans, and cash is a form of financing as it pertains to the real estate contract.
Yes.
There's just ever-changing financing types. Lo and behold, we're going to get to cryptocurrency. It's coming.
It is coming.
It's coming. I mentioned alternate financing. Let's just say the contract says that I'm going to submit an offer for cash, and then I chose to go with the conventional financing.
Correct.
That's my right as a buyer.
Yes.
How do you handle that as a seller?
As long as the bottom line for the seller doesn't change.
Right.
The timelines are still adhered to, and you get to settlement on the same amount of time, then it really shouldn't be a difference for the seller because the seller is still going to net the same amount.
I always tell people, why do you care? If you're getting the same deal, it's happening in the same timeline, you agreed, the buyer has the right to submit an offer in cash, prove that they have the capacity to do so.
Correct.
And then apply for a mortgage loan.
Correct.
It's right here in the contract. It says it's the seller's opportunity to allow the buyer their responsibility to fulfill their financing commitment.
One thing that I caution, though, is that there's a statement in the contract that discusses financing application and commitment.
True.
So even if you do have a cash offer, but you think there might be some sort of financing that might occur later, it's your responsibility to make changes to the contract so that the seller is aware that now is going to be some sort of loan in there.
Yeah, and that applies to everybody. That's the seller's agent, the buyer's agent, the buyer. By the way, the lenders out there, you better be helping us out because you're not immune to this either. We need to know when there's a change so we can set expectations. Going back to the beginning, time's of the essence.
So when you're looking for a lender, let's go back to the very beginning and communication. You want a lender that communicates really well. You want to be able to talk to your lender. You want your lender to have an open line of communication with your agent so that everybody is on the same page and understands what is going on and it stays in this timeline.
And they're going to have a big bearing on this section of the contract. That's why it's important. Make sure you communicate on both sides of the transaction with the mortgage lender or the bank that's going to be involved here. And we'll talk to you more real soon. Thanks so much.